everybody, I'm Sarah and I'm a recorder player. This is a bit of a light-hearted video this week because I was clearing out our attic and I found my very first recorder. I have definitely had this recorder since I was 6 and possibly before because I have memories of walking around the house as a toddler going so who knows. I thought I would actually play on it again to see if it still plays, and yeah. So what have we got? This is a soprano, a descant recorder made by Aulos. You can see that the brand name has almost all rubbed away. It doesn't have any model number or markings on it. It's a baroque system recorder, but comparing it to Aulos recorders made today, it looks a lot more basic. I'm immediately noticing a lot of bite marks. Was that me? I genuinely do not remember having a problem with biting my recorder, but evidently someone did. Also, if I'm looking at the head joint, I mean, it's kind of disgusting. Here's the thing, I know that I never used a case for this. I would just throw it in my bag like this. I never took it apart and I never cleaned it. Okay, no. I played for a good 2 years with the head joint bent like this. So I always had like a weird posture, and that became completely normal for me. This isn't good, don't do that. The inside actually smells like the incense sticks I used to burn in my teenage bedroom. The other thing I'm immediately noticing is that the thumb hole has worn away a huge amount. It feels like my whole thumb is disappearing in there. I think this is because I did use my thumbnail to pinch those high notes, and over the years, yeah, it's worn a massive hole. Let's give it a play. It feels really easy to play, but probably because, I mean, this could be the recorder that I've played on the most in my life. It speaks really well. The tuning is off. As soon as I start playing any accidentals, I hear that the tuning is off. This isn't something I hear in later Aulos models, so I don't know. So this was my first recorder, and this was also the only recorder I played on until I got a wooden soprano when I was 16. So this took me through 10 years. I did play on an alto from when I was about 13, but I borrowed my mum's one, and I'm going to tell you something awful. I broke it. I was sitting on the floor and I went to like lever myself up by using this alto recorder like a walking stick, and the foot joint snapped in half. It was not an expensive recorder, but it was, I think it had sentimental value, and I crushed it. I did not only dig out my first recorder, I also found my first recorder book. The Abracdabra Recorder Book. I think this also took me through like the first 5 years of my playing. This is, by the way, not my original book. They have been lost to the sands of time. I rebought this book later on. Ooh, my music stand is falling over. Let's play the first piece in the book, which is a traditional Welsh song. It definitely has that plastic school recorder sound, and anyone who's watching my channel for the first time are gonna be like, what is this woman doing? Oh, okay. This was one of my favourite songs. It's very pretty. It's called The Ring of Bright Water. quite fine, surprisingly. The Cs are very flat. I just want to compare it quickly with my professional concert recorder that I use now. This one is much more shrill and noisy in its tone. I'm going to play you my absolute favourite piece from when I was a teenager. I got from a music shop the grade 5 book from the Trinity syllabus for soprano recorder, and I just kind of learned all the pieces in the book. One of them, called Modern Gavotte, was my ultimate favourite. You'll see me frowning because I realised at how many points I learnt this piece completely wrong. So my memory is going, play it like this, but now I'm reading the music properly and it's like, what am I doing? So I used to play, and it should be, and here it should be, and I used to play. I once played this in a local competition and I think I came last. One, this is actually with piano accompaniment, which I just did not bother with, and they were like, you're only playing half the piece. The other thing is that now I see it's full of articulation, staccato, accents, which I ignored. Oh, Modern Gavotte. Let's go a bit further, shall we? Shall we see what my soprano can handle? My first term at music college. This was around the time I broke my thumb, so couldn't handle playing any instruments bigger than a soprano. By this time I did have a wooden instrument, but I'm going to see if this plastic one can handle the same pieces. This is a little section from the Sammartini Concerto. Well, and this is in a nice key, so the tuning's not too bad. Krähmer, super twiddly, chromatic, romantic music. Let's see how the tuning goes here. I noticed that this takes a lot of air. I want to test this thing on dynamics, so I'm going to play a piece by Yun called The Actor with the Monkey. This is a bit of a classic of contemporary repertoire. It's one that I played for my end exam for my first Bachelor of Music. It's got loads of dynamics in, so let's see how this handles it. That should be a B. Definitely noticing much less range of dynamics. It's already sounding a bit woolly. I have to say I'm impressed so far. Little ancient old recorder, you are doing much better than I thought you would, but let's put it to the ultimate test. Aside from some tuning issues and the fact that the tone is just quite shrill and plasticky, oh, I'm proud of you, little recorder. This proves what I already believe, and it's that the instrument doesn't make the musician. You can have an ancient plastic bitten old recorder that probably cost $5 or $10 and still make beautiful music on it. Likewise, you can buy the most fancy, expensive instrument in the world, and that doesn't mean you're going to be an amazing player. I know a lot of you play on plastic instruments, a lot of you wooden isn't available for whatever reason. I just want to say that's absolutely fine. This recorder took me through the first 10 years of my playing, and it was only when I went to do my grade 8 and when I went to audition for music college that I invested in a wooden recorder. Even if I do need to play a different C. So this was a little trip down memory lane. I would love to hear from you. What recorder do you play on? Anyone else have an ancient or lost from the 1980s? I'd love to hear from you. As always, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face down here. Over here is the Team Recorder Patreon where you can choose to support the channel. And up here is another trip down memory lane where I play my old flute. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye!